Welcome to dojo.live, the place where top minds in travel and hospitality check in to share insights and breakthroughs shaping the industry. Brought to you by Conferma, your trusted partner for AI, cloud, and data-driven innovation. Enjoy your stay.
Hello, everybody. Dojo Live at GBTA 2025 in Denver, Colorado, here at the Conferma booth with Stuart Davenport, as well as BCD travel guest, Neil Fyfe. So thank you guys so much for joining us today on the show. Just to kind of kick us off, not wrap us up, we're just getting started. Kick us off with some of your intros, kind of your own stories in the industry real quick. And of course, what's got you together here at GBTA.
Thanks. So hi, thanks for having me. I'm Stuart Davenport, Chief Product Officer at Conferma. I've actually been with Conferma 18 years. I started as a software developer and I've had a few different roles, but now I look after software engineering and product management.
I love it. What's your secret? 18 years? Like, what do you drink? Can I have some of that?
Near zero stress. I don't know. Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm Neil Fyfe from BCD. I'm head of payments at BCD. I've just been with BCD just over a year now. I previously was working with Stuart at Conferma, so I've got some experience certainly in the fintech and payment space. And before then, I was with Sabre for a number of years.
All right. I love it. Well, thank you guys so much. Stuart, we're going to kick it off with you. Mm-hmm. Virtual cards are on the rise. Curious, I know we got to talk about this in the media day, but what's kind of holding back hotel payments in particular with this from catching up with sort of the rest of travel experience? And let's just highlight the virtual card.
Yeah, so I guess for us, Conferma's been in the industry about 20 years, just a little bit longer than I've been there. And we've really, proliferated virtual cards into the industry. So it's not a new thing. Virtual cards work, they're really successful in a myriad of different markets globally. But the way that payments can be processed for virtual cards is there's a difference, depending on which hotels you're going to or which front desk agent you actually get at that point in time. Every hotel in the world can actually process a virtual card. It's just a credit card, really. We don't print it on plastic. It's a unique card number. It's a temporary credit limit and temporary period of time when it's actually active. But how that card is actually distributed and sent to the hotel to allow them to charge the card, you effectively have to give them authority. So we have to send a message to the hotel. You can generate a card online. It can be sent to the hotel, it's guaranteed, just like your card in your pocket. You book online, it just works. So do virtual cards. The difference is the hotel needs to have an instruction that gives them authority to actually charge that card. So we do that historically. Back in the day, 100% of the messages to the hotels were in fax. And it's still an outdated process that still exists.
Wow.
But today, 4% of our global volume is on fax, but that 4% causes such friction. And then we've also got email messages that we send to hotels as well. So actually the process of how the hotel takes that data and rekeys it into their property management system, that's the kind of the sticking point, the point of breakage. And the frequency that happens, that's where the pain really starts to be felt by the corporations.
All right. Well, thank you for that very, very thorough and well-explained answer. We touched on the FAX, the three-letter word, the fax, how that's being used to send payment details. In the complication of that, why it's still being used in 2025. What's that knock-on effect for the traveler? Or what are you guys seeing? What's that look like, and why should this actually be of interest for, not only the travel management side and the travel experience side, but the hotels as well for guest experience?
Yeah. From a traveler's perspective, the traveler doesn't actually interact with the fax. It's really in the hotel communication, right? So from the hotel communication, if that communication fails, then it impacts the traveler. Okay. But it's not really, the traveler doesn't really see the fax or the integration method between Conferma and the hotel, right?
Yes, spot on.
This is goes wrong.
Well, yeah, but
and is there a high incidence of that?
I suppose the point is that this is supposed to be an invisible payment experience. I should be able to book as a traveler, and who cares about how the payment between my company and the hotel is happening? I just want to check in and check out. So the traveler is absolutely the one that feels that pain when something does not work. They're feeling the friction, they're feeling the delay at check-in, and quite frankly, embarrassment. They're not expecting to pay for this thing and something's not working. So the traveler is the one that feels the pain right there and then, but the entire value chain kind of breaks down. The travel management company feels the pain because they're going to get, an upset customer that's ringing back in, the servicing costs that relate to that. The travel manager at the corporation is going to feel that because they benefit from the central reconciliation, security, the fact that they don't have to use expense tools for this type of volume. They're the ones that win. But when it breaks, everyone falls down. So it's really important that we move on and go beyond facts. And certainly from a Conferma point of view, at GBTA, we're announcing that we are starting to deprecate on our platform fax support, which again, I appreciate. Is bonkers that we're talking about that in a world where we look around the room and everyone's talking about, Gen AI, agentic AI, and we're talking about turning off fax machines. But, it's still a problem that whilst it's a low proportion of global volume, 4% globally, 12% here in the US, we need to be able to let's just say goodbye to the fax.
Absolutely. But I think it's part of what we highlight even with AI, right? It's still fragmentation that happens all over the place, and it's working and it's starting to be used, but it's still a struggle. And so it's just another one of those things that just has to kind of go to the wayside. Let's talk about, the users of this killing the fax, right? At BCD, how are your travelers, your corporate clients responding to the evolution of payment technologies in general, like virtual cards? Are there measurable impacts, on policy or compliance, satisfaction? What are you hearing, seeing?
Yeah, there's a few things. One of the things that obviously we're embracing as well is the virtual card rating that Conferma's come out with. So we can actually articulate to travel managers and travelers just how successful an individual property is at accepting virtual cards. So there will be a rating within the sales screen, so you can actually see whether the hotel has a good historical rating of accepting and processing virtual cards in a successful manner. So that will be very helpful to both the travel managers and the travelers, so they can select properties, and that will help influence where travelers go. Because if you've got a property that is not accepting the virtual cards, and that's the better that they've chosen to use, then they potentially choose another property. So that's one of the things.
And I suppose that's a final warning to the hotels of kill the fax because you have to.
It isn't, but I think the important thing of, we're not just saying to hotels, right, well, that's it, you're on email. The most important thing that we're doing is we're trying to provide an off-ramp for hotels of, okay, fax isn't the option. What's the next thing that we should be looking at? So over the past few years, we've moved a lot of hotels onto email, secure email. They work with Conferma. We have a product called Conferma Connect. Any booking we see through 200 different points of sale from those 400 travel management companies. If we see a booking for that hotel, the 90,000 hotels that have opted in will divert the message to their preferred location. In April, we announced a partnership with Hilton where we've directly integrated with their CRS. So 8,600 hotels from Hilton globally are now having messages updated, not by email or fax. We go straight into their system to update the booking record. And then at GBTA yesterday, we, as part of the announcement with regards to deprecating fax, we also announced the extension of that Conferma Connect Direct proposition. So we have got Wyndham Hotels, Omni Hotels, Thon, and Strawberry Hotels that have all decided to opt in and have that direct integration with Conferma. So over the coming months, we'll start to roll that out and directly integrate with their property management system. So again, optimize payments, because it's not about getting people on email. We don't want to send credit card details out like that. We want to have it embedded in the process. So when it gets to that, the traveler is checking in, the front desk agent, where there is a high turnover of staff, they know exactly what to do because the screen tells them what to do.
Yes. And I think it's the crawl, walk, run, and that you're kind of looking at that. And one of the things that I like to think of too is like with technology, we still have the people. So it's the two big important keys: the people, the partnerships. So that's really, really great. Congratulations there. So this is a question I suppose for the both of you. What do you think is next? What's next in the hotel payment journey? What needs to happen industry wide to get there? What kind of got you guys excited or looking forward to?
I think, the focus certainly from a Conferma perspective, from virtual cards is, yes, driving up acceptance at hotels, optimizing the invoice collection process. So, corporates don't have to go chasing hotels for invoices. We bring that back digitally. But then it's also, virtual cards are not exclusive to hotels. They can be used in other kind of payment methods, capturing more share of wallet within corporate travel. That's really key to Conferma. So beyond hotels, what are we doing for air? What are we doing for ground transfer and ultimately incidentals?
Absolutely.
I think also what Stuart says about the integration with the property management systems is absolutely critical to make sure that we have a completely seamless process for hotels. We're also looking to make sure that we've got a digital wallet program as well, so that the card can be delivered to the traveller on a digital wallet. So should things go wrong in any sense, there's always a virtual card on the digital wallet that you can literally tap and pay at checkout. So if they ask you to use your own card, you'll still be using the virtual card that you've been issued, but it'll just hopefully just be a seamless process, so you'll be able to overcome some of these challenges we've got in the market today.
Absolutely. Last question, kind of second to last question, a light note here. What do you guys, when you're traveling, window or aisle, and why?
Aisle, so I can get out quickly.
Okay.
Unless, of course, I'm lucky enough to be in business, and then I'll sit at the window. But maybe not. Usually aisle is me.
I would agree. I don't want to climb over anyone. I don't want to wake up anyone. So aisle is definitely left.
All right. But then you got to have people climbing over you.
Hey, they can wake me up. That's okay.
I love it. For those of you who want to continue the conversation with either BCD or Conferma, what's the best way to get a hold of you all, your teams, and to learn?
Certainly feel free to reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. So Stuart Davenport at Conferma. And again, anyone through the team on Conferma.com.
Yeah, the same as me. You can connect to me on LinkedIn. It's Neil Fyfe from BCD Travel.
All right. Thank you both. Have a great rest of your GBTA 2025. And we'll see you all later as well. Bye for now.
Thank you.